So, let's not prolong the mystery.
On today's episode, Robert will be speaking like this.
So, this is the Marvel Summer Special.
Yes, indeed it is. And also the experimental new gadgety thing, Taster.
This is the worst, because this should have been a normal episode.
Yeah, it should have.
It should have, could have, would have.
Yeah, and now it wouldn't have. No, that doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, but intro? No?
Sure. So this is the Marvel special. It's not about a specific thing.
No, it's about
It's the summer Marvel fling. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Or just us procrastinating in podcast form.
Yes.
Very much so. There you go. That was not one of the buttons.
That was not a button.
And it wasn't me. Yeah. But yeah, so Marvel special. I thought that's a good name. Just in case anybody was wondering what this episode is about. Yeah. What's the state of things? Where did it go wrong, if it did, and so. I was
going to recap all the movies and the shows for this episode, but here we are.
No, still not a button.
Not a button. And this time it wasn't me.
Hey! Yeah, so now you know the difference. Where to even start?
Yeah, where to even start?
Do you remember
intro,
the Marvel? Yeah, but we already did the intro.
We did the intro.
Yeah,
okay, so that was the intro.
That was the intro.
Okay, Robert will do some cutty.
Yeah, I'm gonna cutty.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
But do you even remember Marvel movies before Marvel? Like, what's the first thing?
Blade.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully everybody remembers Blade. But we also did have the Punisher, Dolph.
Oh, yeah.
And also the other Punishers, I guess.
Yeah, Tom Jane and not Jane and
exactly.
the others.
One that was sort of half decent, still very, very...
Yeah. The super dark one with the Travolta as the bad guy.
Oh, no, that was the Jane one.
Oh, shit, that was the Jane one?
That was the Jane one.
Okay, well, the other one with the back slicked hair that looked like the Punisher.
Yeah, exactly.
For the first time in...
And like, slaying people. Like, it was extremely brutal. But I remember enjoying it. Like, I think it wasn't that long either. It was like...
No, it's a very to-the-point kind of movie.
Yeah, more of a... It felt like a test thing rather than an actual movie. Warzone, I think it's called.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Don't know the name of the actor, but you've seen him and stuff. But that was... Yeah. So we had those, but I mean, there wasn't really any Marvel...
No, but it wasn't like they weren't telling the same story. They were sort of characters from the same universe. It wasn't like the MCU.
Yeah, and the Fantastic Four movies, and we had the... What else did we have? There was a Captain America movie, the Hulk.
Oh, shit, the weird Captain America movie.
Yeah, and the Eric Bana Hulk, and...
Eric Bana Hulk,
There was another Hulk?
Was it just one Eric Bana?
Yeah, just the one.
And then the other one, with the American History guy.
Oh, yeah, Edward Norton. But that is counted into the MCU.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another Hulk movie too? Right? 3, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't remember.
Which one was that?
Fuck if I know, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
Because I think... Yeah, fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was the Ang Lee, was it?
That's Eric Bana.
That's Eric Bana, okay.
Exactly. So
Okay, yeah.
maybe there was only those two. And then there was the show, like the Hulk show back in the day.
Back in the day. I grew up with that shit.
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk.
Loved it. And the walking away, hitchhiking scene always. Can't remember the song now.
I love that I remember the guy that played the Hulk, but I don't remember the guy that played, Bruce Banner.
The old dude.
The old dude. He did.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, I have no idea.
Yeah, probably. Everybody's dead.
Everybody.
Everybody dead.
We all just wait to die.
Oh, deep.
Mm-hmm. How to be your love.
Remember the buttons.
I don't remember the buttons.
Yeah, that's going to be the best.
You
Like
laughed, so.
trying to set the mood.
And then press the wrong button and like.
That's the green one. Yeah, so no, my point being is that we don't really remember the Marvel movies prior to the MCU.
Yeah, but do you need to?
Well, the first Blade, yes.
Yeah, the Blade ones, sure.
And if you want to see the Dolph Lundgren one, that's on Disney now as well. I think they've even added the other old ones as well. I've only seen the Dolph Lundgren Punisher pop up on the scroll through.
But does that one count? Like, I don't remember.
I would say it's its own
thing, right?
Yeah.
It feels like we take the name and the idea and then we do our own
I did
thing.
a retro on that one a while back where I really sort of gushed over how much I loved how bad it was. Like, it is truly one of those amazingly horrible, great movies.
Yeah, I remember this.
It's just so much fun. Like,
I think it's around like just before the Highlander episodes, even just around there somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds
Like that's
vaguely
about
familiar.
yeah.
But I really did enjoy it. It is one of those perfect B movies that you should watch with your friends and just have a couple of beers and just laugh at that it actually got made. Like, for some reason, they made that movie.
Exactly. And that's a concept that you should do with your friends. We call it Shit Flick Friday, and it's so worth doing. Grab a flick that isn't worth watching and then watch it with friends and alcohol, basically.
Yeah.
Like alcohol, it's not,
it's not required.
Exactly, but
it'll make
it more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it will.
So do watch bad movies together. I promise you there's something to bad movies.
Yeah.
Especially if you go in for the comedic sort of, I don't know, whatever's there.
Yeah,
like,
that angle.
Yeah.
But it is like you still need to, I don't know, respect the craft in a way.
Of course.
Because there's still people that put their heart and soul into this really shitty movie. And maybe they don't think of it as a shitty movie, or they do, but it's still people's work. And, you know, even if you're laughing at it, you're still getting sort of enjoyment from
there's entertainment
the movie.
in it. Like, there are some things that I've done in the past, like when I go back. Like, you remember those like old short movies that we recorded by ourselves?
Yes. Well,
oh my God. But watching those with today's mindset, idiots.
Yes.
Like, it's all just shit.
It is.
Like, even like the attempts at dialogue and stuff, like, oh my God, it's so cringe.
Yeah.
That's when you knew you couldn't act for shit. But
but we still had fun doing it.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. And that's where, like, that's why I'm okay with laughing at things, you know. And if you, like, there are so many, like, crazy movies out there, like Six String Samurai, just to derail a little. It's about, like, the world has, I don't know what happened, but it's the post-apocalypse, and everyone's trying to get to Las Vegas because the king has died, Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
And there are all these sort of, not cyberpunk, but, you know, but ish.
Kind of,
yeah. People trying to get to the throne, basically, to take over, you know, because Elvis has left the building. So it's like Slash-looking motherfuckers and stuff fighting with guitars and samurai swords, basically.
How can you not love it?
Such a shitty movie, but, oh man, we laughed so hard watching that.
And I mean, we've talked about one of these, and it's not a shitty movie, but it is. But Big Trouble in Little China
Big Trouble
is
in
definitely...
Little China is...
It's like a little bit more of a high-grade B-movie.
Dude, I would say, depending on if you have nostalgia strings tied to it or not. If you don't have those, it's just a shit flick. Yeah. It's a shit flick. But if you are sort of nostalgic towards the movie, then it is amazing.
Yeah. And it's got Kurt Russell. So, I
And-
mean,
yeah.
you're always going to get that. Same with Escape from L.A., like the sequel to Escape from New York. That is a really, really shitty movie. Kind of similar
But still
to
enjoyed it.
Six String
Like,
Samurai-ish. Like, it's just so over-the-top weird that it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they got money and they made it.
And acting wasn't really required.
No, that's secondary. I mean, you have the set. That's all you need. But yeah, good derail, fantastic.
yeah.
Enjoy shitty movies.
So to get back to Marvel, though, when does it start to sort of count as the MCU?
First, Iron Man.
First Iron Man.
That's when that was the first movie that was made for. They actually made Marvel Entertainment as a company, a production company making movies. So that's their first movie that they made.
And I really enjoyed it.
Me too. It. I think it kind of blew us all away in a way that. Like Robert Downey Jr. was not a thing anymore. He had gone down the alcoholic drain and been in jail, and he had done a lot of stupid shit. He was kind of the Mel Gibson of his time and just disappeared. He was really good back in the day, and then just started drinking it all away.
But was that one before Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
It was just after.
Just after, yeah.
Yes, because they utilized that whole. I think he
Momentum.
he found his sort of groove with that voiceover thing that he did. Because I think he did that in a few other movies as well. I think The Singing Detective was one.
Oh, he was in that?
Jodie Foster made that movie, and she brought him in because they were really good friends, and she just wanted to give him a break. So he had a weird role in that one. And it kind of was like, he is the singing detective. And whenever he was the detective, it was a noir type thing, and they always do the voiceover on those. So I think that might have been where it started. And then Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, of course, like one of our all-time favorites, still is. Like if you watch it today, it's still amazing. Which is also a remake. I didn't know that. But yeah, Iron Man. And then they did the Hulk kind of. I think they probably made them almost simultaneously. But Iron Man came out, and then the Hulk came out. And in the Hulk, after credit scene, you have Robert Downey Jr. coming in and talking about, I don't know if it's the Avengers initiative or something, but he's in there, and already it's connected. And I think in the end credits of Iron Man, you have Samuel L. Jackson come in talking about the Avengers, at least. So already they have started setting up the Marvel Cinematic Universe here. And just the fact that they did that and they had the balls to kind of do it, and like they just do it for the fans, then it's kind of amazing just that they did that. I don't think they sort of counted on the first Iron Man to do as good as it did, but they just like, let's just put it in there just in case. And it just blew us all away. And I think the rest is kind of history. But
and here it says that Captain America, the first Avenger, counts as the first one.
What?
Yeah.
That
I don't know if they just included everything.
I think that's the watching order. Like
No.
that's
This is just movies in chronological order of release.
Really?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, because this is just, or maybe it is chronological in the sense of
this is how you should watch them.
Yeah, maybe. Because I just wanted to see them sort of order of release.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe this is wrong.
Because I mean, yeah, I'm 100% sure Iron Man was the first MCU.
Marvel, or that one is the first one I think I've seen, at least.
Yeah. And then I don't even know when Captain America came out. I'm sure it was a couple of years after the release of Iron Man. And then Thor, obviously. And they were all gambles. It feels like they were just like, okay,
dude, when you hear the budget for these movies, Jesus, like it's such insane amounts of money.
Yeah. How much was the first Iron Man?
No, it doesn't say here.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking like what one costs. You
Yeah.
know? It's like what GTA costs to produce, like
I would
$300 million blah blah dollars or something. You're like,
really? Like, but it's so much money you can't even comprehend. And just, I don't know, if you put it all together, how much money is that going to be? It's got to be.
Yeah, dude. This is weird though, because Captain America, the First Avenger, 1942. Like, is it Captain Marvel 1995, Iron Man 2010?
That's
weird.
the years that they are in the movies.
In the movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck this. You can't find a
no
proper list.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But that's how you should watch the movies if you want them in chronological order to get the story chronologically. Because I think I've seen that list as well.
I just tried to find like they were released on the day, but no.
That's because we always do so much research before these episodes.
Yes, research.
but yeah. Yeah, research.
Research.
Yeah.
The sound of research. Just sounds like someone scrubbing an old like cassette tape.
Exactly.
Shut your mouth.
I think our chirps are better.
Our chirps. Chirp, chirp.
Chirp.
Like chirp within quotation marks. Fuck it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think Thor and Captain America are almost on the same level for me because they were like, they're not super
Still
great.
haven't seen them, but
but they are pretty shitty movies, but with a high budget.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the actors are still great, and they're doing the best they can. But it's funny.
But I don't think they knew what the MCU was going to become, at least, because they were like, oh, these are the superheroes from this comic book. Do a thing.
But you know what I think they learned when they did those movies was that they gave the property to the director.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenneth Branagh did Thor.
Mm-hmm.
And they just went, do your thing. And they let him just do his thing with it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a movie great. Kind of like when you take a design to a tattoo artist and say, like, I just want you to have fun with it. Like,
yeah.
Instead of being very strict and telling them what to do and not to do, you're going to love the tattoo, but just you.
I just hear, make me a bicycle clown.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. So when you get a creative person and just give them a whole bunch of money and let them do their thing, that's going to be amazing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so because it's still...
you can still miss,
Yeah. But you can tell they had fun with it. And then obviously that just set like the characters on the playing field, so to speak.
But it would be interesting to go back and watch the first Iron Man just to see how much the character has evolved from then to now. Because I feel like he is the most himself throughout.
He is.
Whereas Thor has become from I don't like him to I love this. This is my favorite character. That development, like he's found the character. Because I even love him in the trailer now, when Star-Lord talks and he just like comes into view.
Peeks around.
Into his eyes. I'm just listening.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, because he is still over the top and funny in the first and second Thor movie. The second one is a little bit more of the serious side, which kind of, I think, is why it failed, because they maybe took it a little too serious. But you can still see Chris Hemsworth doing his thing.
Yeah.
But then with Ragnarok, it just...
But I feel like as soon as they did the ensemble movie...
Yeah, after the first Avenger.
Yeah,
Avengers.
Yeah. But I feel like in that movie, whether you like it or not, like when they got to play off each other, I think that's when they learned who their character is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like up to that point, it was a lot of like stumbling in the dark, like trying to kind of figure out what the characters are. But I think, if you've ever been on set with other people, like there's this like, thing that happens when you work together with people and have fun.
Yeah.
And it becomes so much easier. You don't overthink things. You don't like, I am cool character, like that shit disappears from your head.
And you don't have to carry the whole movie. Like,
Exactly.
if you are Robert Downey, you don't have to think about that it all depends on me. I have to
I have to do everything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're riffing with
other people. Yeah.
like you said. Like now it's kind of like you're the band now.
Exactly. But then the more comfortable you become with each other, the more you're gonna sort of like play. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can really tell, like,
and that's what I think happens in those movies. Like that's why maybe the early ones aren't that good, and it comes with, like, for directors as well.
Yeah,
and I think that's the beauty of Taika Waititi, mixing it up, but he seems to come in and have that sort of playfulness with everything he approaches.
Yes,
it's just like, okay, we're gonna do it. I have a way of doing things, and it all seems to, like, the people that work with him seem to kind of understand it. Like he kind of brings them along for the silliness.
And makes them just have fun.
Yeah,
more
exactly.
Fun.
I don't know how he does it.
Dancing and like making a fool out of yourself.
Yeah.
And he's always there, like really being a goofball. Like at least on the behind the scenes.
On the
stuff
behind
that
the
you
scene,
can see.
he fakes it for us so that
of
we.
Of course. But yeah, I think that's where it really changed for me. Was like after Ragnarok, it just went and really felt so natural in the comedic part of the whole of the MCU while not losing grips of what it was.
I've met a lot of people who don't like that movie because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
But those are, maybe they're
idiots.
Or purists.
Idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to be nice, dude. I'm trying to be nice.
Idiots.
No, like that's a movie that I can go back and watch forever.
Yeah.
It's so perfect. It really, really is one of the best movies for me ever. I love it so much. On par with Into the Spider-Verse. Like it's just so much fun every time you see it. And there's so much in it that you can like
unpack.
Yeah, if you see it 5 times, it's going to be 5 different types of experiences. All good, but still equally funny and just new things every time you see it. I'm losing track of everything here. There is no track. But going back to the first Avengers movie, you can really like...
What happened in the first Avengers movie? I'm trying to...
Loki is the bad guy.
Oh, shit. Yeah. They're fighting on the air carrier, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
the puny human one.
It's the puny human one. Exactly. Loki is actually...
The Tesseract, right?
They introduced Thanos in that one. So already...
Oh, is that weird Thanos?
Well, you don't really see him.
No,
He's just in the chair.
Kind of. Exactly.
Yeah.
But he looks a little different. And
exactly. But already then, that's like, I think movie number 4 or something. They introduce the main bad guy for movie 20.
Yeah.
Like, just that is such a, like, the huge undertaking in, again, with like how much money have they pumped into this whole big property of just, well, I guess the Infinity Saga, as it's called, all of those. I think it's 24 in total or something.
It's a lot of movies now.
But just like they're
I think someone said 28 though.
Yeah, but that's probably now, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think Endgame was 23 or 24.
Okay.
But just first putting in a little bit of an Easter egg in first Iron Man, mentioning the Avengers Initiative. That blowing up into actually making the first Avengers movie and how big of an undertaking that was, because now you're combining 4 different properties or more, making one movie with each character having screen time enough to not feel left out, balanced, funny, good action, great story, and then continuing off of that. Like, where do you even go? Like, I'm trying to put myself into the shoes of the people that
Kevin
did
Feige?
this. Yeah.
Just like who's supposed to sort of like keep it all together now.
And how, like, I'm just thinking about his bowel movement. Like, he must have shit himself so many times throughout this process.
But when did Kevin Feige come in?
From day 1.
He's been there from the start.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, because...
He's been involved in more or less all Marvel movies
for over a decade.
More. Like,
no, but
before the MCU.
Yeah. Okay, shit.
So he was there doing, I think, Blade and the Spider-Mans and like something not where he is now, but just like he was always there in the background. So he's had this sort of overlooking, I don't know, Hawkeye thing with all of the movies, you know. Again, we haven't researched this. This is just stuff that I've heard and now say that they're true.
Very cool.
But yeah. No, but just like
Sketchbook Heroes essence.
Of course. But going from the first Avengers then to Age of Ultron, which is the second Avengers movie, you know, it's...
where we get the Scarlet Witch and all that.
Exactly.
Shit, was that?
Yeah.
That long ago now.
Yeah.
God damn.
And back when, what's his face? The Buffy guy. Josh Whedon. Yeah. He did, I think, the first Avengers movie and the second one.
Shit, I don't remember anymore.
So it was like everybody loved Joss Whedon then, and then
they didn't though. Not everyone. No, the people from Buffy,
they hated it.
They hated him.
I think
hated him.
A lot of people that worked with him have said the same.
Yeah.
But he still managed to pull it off. You know, you have to.
No. The thing isn't if he's a good or bad director. Like, if we're talking about the craft or the art of making movies.
He's just
it's that he's a sleazeback of a person. Like, he's a...
Yeah, he's a sleazeback.
Sleazeback.
But... And just the amount of people that have actually made these movies too. Like, I'm just gushing a lot now because I don't know what to say.
Dude, I wouldn't mind if I was the guy that made Nipple Batman. You know, like...
Yeah.
Like, even having that...
You got to make a fucking Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how cool is that?
And also, you tried something. Sure, you failed, but you still made a Batman movie. You know, like, and even if it sucked, it like there are so many of my favorite directors that have made my favorite movie and then gone the exact opposite way and made the worst movie.
Yeah,
like the guy that made Chronicle.
Yeah.
Awesome debut, and then he made Fantastic Four. That is, like, I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm not even gonna give it a chance. Go fuck yourself, Chronicle guy.
Yeah, I've given it 3 chances.
Yeah,
I have.
You've seen the whole thing 3 times.
I've seen the whole thing once.
Okay,
I've given it 3 chances. It took me 3 tries to get through the whole thing.
Okay, Jesus.
When I made it almost all the way, I think I like rage quit 10 minutes towards the end. Like there was 10 more minutes and I just couldn't do it. Like if I just sat there 10 more minutes, I would have made it through. But no, like I hated it so much towards the end that I was like ready to throw out my TV.
And in regards to that clip that you sent me about the guy that did the sort of like the breakdown of Doctor Strange and basically every other fucking Marvel movie and every other epic movie that has been out. It takes a lot to make you hate something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And since he has, the knowledge of all the timelines and what happens when and the rules that they made and broken and
plus all the comics.
Plus all the comic as reference and everything. Like, like from movie to movie, I keep forgetting all that stuff. But it is like when I do see why he gets annoyed. Like I agreed with him because he caught on a lot of the stuff that I kind of like, it kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
But it didn't ruin the experience for me.
No. Like subconscious questions that
you're like, why? Why this? Why that? Why is it so simplistic? Like the way that sort of like the bad guy is introduced in the Doctor Strange movie. Like, why is it so sort of like on the nose?
Yeah.
And then it feels like it's just like these set pieces, like, oh, he did this and now she comes there. You know, like, it's so...
It felt rushed.
Yeah, it felt super rushed, especially seeing it the second time. You really get that, like, oh, he said that, and now they're there. Like, that should have been, like, there should have been, like, something should have happened in between those two scenes,
Yeah, a little bit more cohesive, maybe.
I don't know. Like, it just felt like they rushed it. Like, like, I'm the bad guy and I'm gonna come for you, and then you're at the come for you scene, you know, like, that sounds super bad, but you get
didn't
my
say
point.
come on you. It's
come on you,
come for you.
Come for you, yeah.
So you're doing them a favor.
Yeah, what the fuck? But it just felt like they were like, I'm gonna kill you, and then you're at the kill scene. You know what I mean? Somewhere else in the movie, and you're like,
it's just like pop, 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 pop.
Exactly, and that's what it felt like in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, and I didn't really like the Multiverse of Madness thing. Where was the Multiverse of Madness? There was no madness anywhere.
No, it was just the multiverse.
Just the multiverse. Yeah. So it was like, it was I don't know. It seems like a couple of verses were lost along the way somewhere. I don't remember which one. Green.
The only one I can remember.
The worst.
I love it. Oh man. But yeah, and that's where I'm pretty sure the studio started meddling maybe a little bit too much.
Maybe
instead of letting Sam Raimi do his thing.
Because I feel like the Sam Raimi bits
are awesome.
The ones I like.
Yes. Totally agree. And I think Nerdrotic, or let's call him the nerd, I think he said that as well. Yeah. Like, but once you really saw the Sam Raimi, that was like, yes, fuck
and sure, it was a bit darker than normal.
But like, that's why they brought him in, right?
Yeah, but they should have let him do more, because it feels like they kept him back.
Yeah.
And something that did annoy me was the amount of stupid in the characters.
Yeah.
You have, you have these big reveals where they're like, oh my God. And this is major spoiler territory now.
Yeah.
But they, I'm going to give you a couple more seconds, but but if you don't care about spoilers, they do, for the first time, like really give you, Xavier and the X-Men sort of like, they are part of this now.
Yeah.
Like this is happening.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's happening. And with that big, like, the reveal is too big.
Yeah.
They give us so many characters.
Even the fucking music.
Dude, like everything, yes.
The X-Men music from the animated show.
Yeah.
It's what I mean. Not from
and with such a huge reveal, it doesn't bear weight in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you give this big reveal, and then you kind of... And then you just like blow it away to the side, like immediately almost.
It's like, oh, you really like this?
Yeah, which was sad. Like, I really like that they went that far. It just felt like the wrong place to go that far. You know what I mean? If you're going to use the reveal, use it in the end then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could have been that instead. Like, it would have been an epic end credit scene.
Yes. Just him coming in.
Dude, it would have been so good. Because the whole thing that played out, pointless. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what was the point?
What was the point of any of that?
Apart from like a little bit of fan jerking off. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but like, just before we move on, I did enjoy it. I saw it twice. And most of the things we were talking about didn't really bother me.
How was it going back to see it again?
It was a bit, you see the set pieces more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to kill you.
Better or worse?
I don't know.
Or same?
I still enjoyed it. Same.
Okay.
So it wasn't better. It wasn't worse. It was just, it slows down a bit.
Yeah.
So you have time to think more. And like the memory bank thing, I thought it was weird the first time. It's even weirder the second time.
Oh, okay.
Because it feels like...
Forced.
No, but it feels like, what do you call it? Exposition.
Yeah.
Let me explain the movie. And it's too on the nose. You know what I mean? It's not really natural. Like, it doesn't happen when they're...
And it's
like,
so stupid. Yeah. Like her, what was her name?
America
Chavez. Like that, the bee. Like, really?
No, dude, if you see my daughter, like, it is insane, the reaction. So I totally buy that because I've seen it live.
Yeah.
It's part of my experience tree.
Yeah.
But I do get that it's like, but it's like he said, the MCU there.
Yeah,
like, they're building that whole thing.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's... And
I mean,
it's
that's not going to, I guess, hurt anybody. It's not anybody's fault. She just got...
It's something that China is going to be very upset about, that she has two moms. And, and that's about it. But it really didn't bother me that much, except that it was kind of pointless. We could have gotten her backstory somehow.
Yeah.
while other stuff was happening instead of this boring walk
Exactly.
down memory lane, like literally.
Literally. Yes.
Exposition lane, I guess. Like that's what it was.
Exactly. And and like he, again, a nerd, Roddick, talked about the whole Rachel thing with Doctor Strange. Like everything was all about that. He's like, seriously, he's been through the biggest war in human history, and that's still the one, like, always.
Maybe that's how we should start. We should go from here and go backwards, because I think that's what we remember.
It's the last thing that we've seen. And then,
So let's do that, because I think going from the beginning, I don't remember that well.
It'll be easier.
Yeah.
Smart.
So we are here now, and you know, the Scarlet Witch is our main baddie still.
Yeah.
And this is where things get both like yay and nay at the same time. Because
agreed.
We find out that like, oh, okay, so some demon is chasing you with witchcraft. I know who to talk to. Mm-hmm. So, you know, he goes to the Scarlet Witch. And, you know.
Which makes sense.
Which makes sense, yes. And the problem is, though, that whole story, you know, by the end of WandaVision, we don't really get the conclusion of what happens after.
No.
And in this movie, we still don't get that.
No. And she's not even in that place, I think. Like, the last scene of WandaVision, she's in that cabin, like somewhere, you know, in the woods somewhere. And now she's somewhere else. Like, I don't even know where she was.
I don't know where she was.
It didn't look like that place, at least.
It didn't. And that doesn't bother me, because she could have been in a field somewhere further down the road. I don't know. But the problem is that they never did anything with that.
No.
And in this reveal...
It didn't feel connected to WandaVision, even though it was the continuation.
The thing is, yes, exactly. It feels like a continuation. This movie feels like...
WandaVision.
Yeah, I was going to say Wanda. Wanda again. But it feels like a continuation of that storyline. But it's like they scrubbed the whole Vision thing out.
Yeah, which is so weird to me.
Yeah.
Because that was the big main thing. It was like...
in that show,
her big love. Like, the last scene in WandaVision was... her losing him and everything else.
Yeah,
like,
and she says that once in this movie, now that I think back.
Yeah, she mentions
like,
him.
I killed the one I love. I blew the head of, or whatever she said. Whatever she says. I did the thing to the one I love for nothing.
And then,
Yes,
exactly.
But then it's all about these kids that don't exist. Yeah. And how she is sort of, you know... she's
dreaming
about them. And again, like, but it should have been connected to Vision more, so that it is the three, or like the four of them, you know, like that whole family thing. But it's not. It's only about these kids.
And Vision is still alive, by the way.
Oh, yeah, white if you think
Vision.
About, she never tries to find him in any of the multiverses.
No, and he kind of got saved, I guess, like, because he was the bad guy for Vision. They had that battle in WandaVision.
Yeah.
And... like, if you haven't seen it,
I feel
listeners. But then he just flies off, and then he's gone. But, you know, we remember that he exists, so why...
But this movie, in general, where is everyone?
Everyone.
Everyone is fucking not here.
This is the collapse of the universe, but all of the universes.
And I didn't quite get the rules that they built up in this movie specifically, or because I can't remember shit that happened in other movies and connect them to this.
That's why I'm here.
But I don't know how so when America Chavez jumps through the portals that she makes into the different places.
Yeah.
Does she affect the thing where these two universes can pull themselves into each other and, you know, whatever they call that, incursion?
Yeah.
Can she do that as well? Can she cause an incursion?
I guess. So where
then
is
her power is stupid.
And where is the timekeepers from Loki?
Yeah, from Loki.
Because obviously she would be their main focus. If she can jump.
If she can jump, and affect things everywhere. She is basically breaking all the laws.
So, like, when does this take place? Is it before they created.
Dude,
those,
I don't
or,
understand anything because I watched Doctor Strange, the first movie, and
which is fantastic.
it is really good.
I love that.
I would say that one is the better one.
Yeah,
But the second one is
it's fun.
fun. Yeah, but it isn't a pure Doctor Strange movie.
No,
He just happens to be in it a lot. But
it's a Dr. Scarlet Witch
But
movie.
something that was fun with that one is that in the first one, when he finds that when the Sanctum, the New York
Sanctorum,
one, Sanctum, whatever they're called,
Sanctorum.
Sanctorum,
Sanctum Sanctorum.
Sanctorum, great name. And that's why I don't remember it. It's dumb.
Yeah.
But it's basically when it gets attacked and he kind of like is supposed to protect it and he's just throwing stuff. He gets this urn with the flaming thing.
Yeah.
And then he just tosses it at the guy. And in the second one, she uses it with the candle to blow the demons.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun because I didn't remember the first one that well to recall. So now when we went back, it was a nice little sort of like,
tip of the hat. But how did she know to do that?
That was explained.
Okay.
Because she has been studying all the things that are Doctor Strange, basically, because she works in that facility.
That's right.
And the biggest threat to the universe is Doctor Strange.
So she became the Sorcerer Supreme without using
scientist.
Magic. Yeah.
Sorcerer Supreme scientist.
Of course. So that's why she knows so much more than he does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing is, again, here, that universe that she was in, like, they killed their Doctor Strange, and in our world, Wanda just, did crazy shit. She didn't kill a universe yet, but but she was still kind of,
Like, I think
bad.
everybody knows that she can.
Oh, dude.
So
she could fucking murder them all, like, so easily.
Again,
and they don't feel like she's a threat.
Like,
and you're like,
potential spoiler for future movies. I mean, the phrase "no more mutants" should ring a bell to any geek listening, and that is Wanda saying this. That means exactly what it means, and that's what Wanda does. Like, that's how powerful she is.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is. So, like,
but again, she comes back, and that's also a thing that doesn't get told here is that how does the whole Darkhold thing start?
Exactly. I know nothing about the Darkhold.
Dude,
what is the Darkhold?
Never heard of it. And they do exposition that for you, but still, like, it's
I
such
don't remember anything.
No. It's just no. They don't explain her version.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, there's a book, and then there's the anti-book, basically. Like the book that does the opposite
the book of the
thing.
Dead.
Yeah, and that's what it felt like. It felt like a Sam Raimi. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, of course.
It would have been fun if there was a scene where Doctor Strange had to read these phrases, and he was like,
I'm sure they did that at some point. Yes.
No, but like, it was an enjoyable movie. Would I recommend you to watch it at the cinema? Sure, it is fun. I would say that it is a fun ride. Whether
CG Fest, Disney
it
movie,
is CG Fest,
Marvel
and you
movie,
do see it, yeah,
and kind of connected to other stuff. So yeah.
But if we go back, what's before that?
So before that, you got No Way Home with Spider-Man.
Okay, we're talking movies. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or what were you
It's
thinking?
Moon Knight.
Oh yeah.
So Moon Knight is in between, but we talked about Moon Knight fairly recently, and
just like in general,
and it doesn't really tie into anything yet.
No, it doesn't.
It might. The whole like scrubbing of time, sky stuff maybe will play a part somewhere.
Exactly. Maybe. Which universe it is? Universe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then before that, what did we have?
But before that was Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home,
which
that
also,
is correct.
Like, Doctor Strange, side character.
Exactly, and they talk about a connection there as well that I just don't remember enough to, because they are also messing with stuff.
Yeah, they are. And that also kind of has no consequence for the rest of anything.
For the rest of anything,
which is also, like, I guess, I don't want to say bad writing because it's not, but they're lacking different things. They should have had it a little bit more connected.
But I don't understand how they're missing their own facts, because the shit must be written somewhere.
It's got to be because it's a Sony movie. Like, the Spider-Man thing, so they don't
that's
like
true.
give
They
it.
can't control as much.
But you're right. They should have.
There should be a timeline
Well,
with all this
There
shit.
definitely is.
Because
Like,
since Feige is kind of the guy, he should be looking for these connections, or his team, like it's
Yeah.
probably not just him reading stuff and crying
Yeah.
alone at night. But
most likely, but no.
but no.
For me, No Way Home got a little bit better the second viewing. It's still messy. There's so much happening, and it's trying to sort of.
Oh, dude, it's just again a fan jerk.
Yeah.
More than
yeah.
it is anything else.
For sure. But they also tie up all the loose ends of different things in a kind of a good way, I would say.
I don't mind it. Like, I really enjoyed it.
It's a movie that you didn't know that you wanted, but then once you got it, you were very grateful that you got to see, well, a whole bunch of stuff in it. Then there's stuff in it that sort of bugs me a little bit, and, well, stuff doesn't make sense. Like the whole Ned being able to do the magic thing, like super easy, making the portals and
That is true.
without
That is
even,
fucking true.
like how and why, and then
Because everyone, even in the new Doctor Strange, struggles with it.
yeah.
So maybe that'll become something
So
later.
is he the Sorcerer Supreme?
Or a sorcerer?
Yeah. And where's he now? Like when we needed him. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't know. And like they forget that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and they forget Peter Parker in, like, spoiler alert again.
Which is the whole point of the movie, is to make everyone forget.
But does that mean that they forget all the events surrounding it? Or like, what, I need more explanation there, please.
Next movie.
Next movie. So, what was before No Way Home? Was that?
Shit, I don't
It's got to be
remember.
Far From Home, right? Or
No,
the shows. I guess we have the shows.
Yeah, we
in
have all the
between.
shows. What came after? It was Loki.
Yeah, we got Loki. Was Loki the last show before Moon
Wasn't
Knight?
there something? What was before? What was after WandaVision?
After Wanda was Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter
Yeah,
Soldier.
that's kind of forgettable,
Yeah.
Uh,
Did anything happen there it'll play? I think that's an ensemble movie that's coming. Like the thing that happened there,
They're gonna
like
bring
Falcon
back,
America.
I think, because what tied it in? Yeah. Oh yeah, Black Widow. We had that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but that's sort of
but that was
lost
like
in the timeline.
that's earlier. Yeah, but Falcon America, I guess, will make an appearance at some point because it ends, with the white suit thing.
Yeah.
The weird suit thing.
The weird suit.
Weird.
Yeah,
suit.
but also you have the fake America guy.
Fake America.
Yeah.
Fake America and
Farrakha. Yeah. Well, like the bad Cap, I guess.
Yeah.
He's still alive. He still has the super soldier serum. He's working for the government, so they should definitely bring him back. I liked his character in a way. He was flawed, of course, but I think the actor did well with it, and like with a little bit of a better story, I think it would be really cool. But then after that, we had Loki, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then Loki.
And Loki, I loved.
I loved Loki, but as the nerd guy pointed out, they do break a lot of rules, or they make up a lot of rules there. And no one follows those rules.
Exactly. And that sort of has started to bug me a little bit because now it feels like it's going out of hand.
And I didn't know that the guy that is there, that watches, like the...
Kang?
Yeah, that was Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Really?
I don't know how or maybe I don't remember, but...
Didn't I say?
Maybe you said it at some point, but was that explained or was it insinuated? Did he introduce himself as Khan?
He did
Maybe
say,
he did. Okay.
Like, people call me this and this and Kang the Conqueror.
Okay. So maybe I don't remember.
No.
That's it. But still, like, I don't know his backstory enough to know because I know he's like a bad guy.
He's one of the biggest baddies. He's up
also
there with Galactus and like... Well, Doctor Doom, all of those, like really, really, really big villains. So it was super cool to get him in, and we are getting him back.
And he didn't feel like a supervillain there as well, so it's going to be interesting to see.
I don't remember which movie, because they have said that he is going to be appearing in one of the upcoming movies. So he will be back, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
In which capacity, I really don't know. Is it going to lead to something else, or is he going to be the next Thanos, or I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit of a jumbled mess there with all of these shows.
It's really hard to know what's happening, and also like if we skip a couple of movies and go to Endgame, with the time travel thing, like what the fuck? How is that going to play with the rest of it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and why did they not interfere with that time travel, like the time
people? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I was trying to get to as well.
Exactly.
Is that because if they did change time, then they must have changed a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, because you change the things you want, and then, you know, the ripple effect of that will change a bunch of other shit.
Is that where, because you remember in the last episode of Loki, you know, when he loses, that he doesn't know what the future is anymore, Kang? Is that when they go back in Endgame?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because you also got the thing there.
Yeah. Because when Loki gets the Tesseract again in Endgame and then disappears, that's where it picks up as the Loki show.
The Loki show, yeah.
So maybe that's where you should start counting, like, I guess, time-wise, that, okay, and then they go back in time, and that's when time just gets fucked.
Mm-hmm. Man, I would need a YouTube summary of this.
Yeah.
Just to kind of...
There's got to be.
Yeah, because I'm thinking just like the scenes that matter for the what the fuck is going on, you know, because it's so hard to keep track of.
Exactly. I mean, again, it's so much.
It is so much. But I think if you watch them sort of back to back and take a couple of notes...
Yeah, you're probably gonna see
the bigger picture somewhat, so, and then also see the inconsistencies. And I think that's where we are today, where you can watch all of them back to back, and kind of like, what the fuck? It's like Mordo at the end of. They start Doctor a really Strange. Nice arc in Doctor Strange there.
Yeah,
and then I try to find what happens after, and there is nothing. And it's such a good arc. Where he kind of snaps. And, you know, like, oh, I know what the problem is. Too many sorcerers. Sing! Kill the guy from Blood In, Blood Out. And
why doesn't he kill Wanda? You know?
No. And just like, what?
Yeah.
Just like, don't leave him open like that. But then again, maybe there'll be a show at some point. You know, the Doctor Strange vision.
The Doctor Stranger.
So, yeah. Maybe it'll be a thing in the future. But still, like, all in all, though, like, the Marvel Universe is still entertaining.
It is.
I was a bit fed up for a while, and now I'm kind of coming back around. And, you know, I think it's going to ebb and flow, basically. Because when I saw the Black Widow, it just felt like... I was like, why?
Yeah. That was the green button for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Wanda. Yeah. Black Widow.
And with that said, like, it has a couple of cool moments.
Yeah.
But it's not a movie. Like, that movie should have come out years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been her introduction movie. Somewhere early on.
Yeah.
But right now, it's a Han Solo movie.
It definitely is.
Like,
It's just there.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm sure a lot of people liked it too.
Oh, dude. Definitely. It's not a bad movie in that sense. Like, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, like, it didn't tell us anything we needed to know.
Not really.
Moving forward. And I guess that's the intention. I went in to see it.
Yeah.
Maybe if I see it without that intention, it's a movie. You know, like if I watch it from the beginning.
Exactly.
Like, I think it's fine. Like, it's not a problem.
For me, of course, that movie suffers from where are the stakes when you know that she's dying, or like, spoiler again if you haven't seen any of the Marvel movies, but you know, when she dies in Endgame or Infinity War, which
the second one, the latter one.
You know that happened. And it was a beautiful thing. Like, they really make it count. It's a heartfelt moment between her and Hawkeye and everything.
And that's the show we didn't talk about.
And that's, there you go. Forgot about
Yep.
it. That's how important it was.
But I actually really liked
it was fun.
his sort of like what happened after with him.
Yeah. But watching Black Widow, when you know that happened, well, she could do anything. Like that end scene when she's flying
through the fucking sky
without a parachute and anything.
Exactly, in CGI sky.
And you're like, well, you know she's going to be okay because she's dying in that fucking movie. Like, it's so pointless.
Yeah.
So, like,
Why
that
you use the
movie
same
was
method
just...
to survive?
Yeah, it was just doomed to fail from the beginning. And yes, they should have brought that out very, very early on. As soon as they learned that Black Widow was
They should have just
popular.
made, you know what they should have made? Black Widow Hawkeye movie.
Yeah.
That would have been cooler.
After,
her backstory.
After the Avengers.
But her backstory together with what is happening, how they met.
Yeah.
And then tied.
Yeah, like a flashback and
yes, that would have been so cool.
Because they're kind of like characters. And the only human kind of normal people, not counting.
And then you watch
Iron
it,
Man.
and they're so inhuman.
Yeah, which is insane.
So I'm gonna surf on my arrow.
Yeah, exactly that.
No, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah,
he's like when he jumps, like in Avengers, you know, when he just
when he does that. The dive from the building.
Yeah. It's just insane stuff. You're like, not a normal person. Not a normal person.
Seriously. There's a bow and arrow. That's all you have. That's your superpower.
That is actually my favorite thing they say in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, who was I gonna call? Like the Mohawk bow guy?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, it's actually funny.
Yeah, that's funny. But I think let's keep going from Endgame because, well, Endgame I think is the perfect end to the whole series. Like every end is always maybe a little bit of a letdown and slows down and all of this. Infinity War leading up to Endgame is one of the best movies.
Yeah, that whole sort of snap thing where they actually lose and then they like, the end, motherfuckers. And you're like, what?
You never saw that coming.
You didn't see that coming. Like,
it's a Disney movie.
And sure, like the stakes in DC movies are meh at best. You felt this one. Oh, yeah. Like, even if you know it's going to be, just like Doctor Strange, the new one, the stakes are not really, but you do feel them for some stuff.
Exactly.
But here again, like in this movie, though, you felt it. Although you know they're going to retcon it somehow and get them back, you fucking felt it because you were not expecting the movie to end on a low, you know.
Exactly.
They were like, oh, well, I'll see you all in a year.
And one cool thing just from Infinity War to Endgame that I don't know if people know, but towards the opening, you know, the opening big orchestral sound of the Marvel flicker thingy. The that opening on Endgame, it's half of the orchestra playing that. Because
snap.
Just a little Easter egg, but it's fucking awesome that they actually went that far. Just to really rub it in.
Stupid joke, but funny.
Yes. But yeah, like half of the universe died at the end of that movie.
And people lived with that for 5 years.
And that they actually went ballsy enough to go 5 years. Like a lot of shit happens in 5 years.
And then people came back.
It's so good.
And everyone was 5 years older. That's the thing. They came back as the day they disappeared, and everyone else moved on 5 years.
It's brilliant.
Fucking insane. And that's what I like about WandaVision is how they pick up there.
Yeah.
When the shit, what was the name of the black lady?
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
But she was awesome. Yeah. The way where she comes back and at the hospital and people are just popping in, you know, and it's
her mother was dying.
Her mother was dying and then she comes back 5 years later, you know, like
that's
it's so horrible, but it's such a great fucking way to kind of, you know, like you don't come in and it's like everyone's just like, oh, welcome back, you know, like it's just chaos.
Yeah. All of a sudden you're
like everyone's coming back at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like the Ukraine thing now where, you know, all the refugees coming in droves.
Yeah.
But like half of humanity comes back, you know, at the same time.
Boom.
Yeah. Just back, like
into people's new homes.
Yeah, insanity. Like,
I wonder how many people died
now that's
coming back.
Dude, that's a show I would like to see, because I can imagine just someone just came out in traffic, basically.
Yeah.
There must have been a lot of fucking accidents. Poof, yeah.
Like, what about the people in airplanes?
Dude, oh my God, no. There are no airplanes there, yeah.
People would be just fucking falling from the sky.
Jesus, yeah, I haven't thought that far, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
or
just
any
like-
other stupid scenario.
Yeah, just like people in this ocean.
You know,
like-
somebody's working on a big crane or something, and that building is now finished, and the crane is
yeah,
gone.
he's gone.
And then
they're
he
like,
comes
"Whoa."
back.
Just in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, no.
Horrible, but I love it. It's such
Yeah.
a dark thing.
But that
and they
would have
went
been
there.
pretty cool to see more of, because I
Yeah.
think that's one of the cooler things in WandaVision as well, is that like that whole reality around like what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Infinity War for me is still one of my all-time favorite movies. Like it's so perfect in how it's executed and with that ending. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
it left an impression,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Very much.
Like
and
my
the stakes were high.
Dude, my colleague Sandra at King, when I worked there, when she came in that morning, like you could see she had been crying, because she takes those movies, you know,
Seriously.
with very serious. Like I joked that I thought it sucked, and she was like, I was like, because I know how, but she was just so distraught.
Yeah.
She was like so ruined by that scene, and I think a lot of us were, because
Yeah.
we just didn't expect it to end on that note.
And it's just quiet from there too. That's the cool thing. It's just like, they're all dead.
Yep, and they're killing people you don't want to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good. It was
and that
such a great
heartbreaking-
Spider-Man moment. Yeah,
Always.
dude. I think
sorry.
I think they knew what they were doing there. You know, like they
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, okay, so who do people like the most?
Yeah.
And they're
Just
like,
like,
everyone
pow,
loves
pow,
Tom
pow.
Holland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, because he's such a baby. You know, like
Yeah.
everyone loves him.
Exactly.
And baby here being positive, because he's the sort of like the youngest sort of
Yeah.
joiner, and he's so heartfelt
Exactly. And so excited.
and
about
so excited. He's so
everything.
naive about the
yeah,
whole thing.
And so
yeah.
positive too.
Yeah.
And just like gone.
Yep.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Mhm.
All right. And then, so before Infinity War, we got Captain Marvel, I think.
Yeah.
And that one is very forgettable for me. Like, even though I've tried to watch it a couple of more times.
I've only seen it twice, I think.
It's a solid meh. You know, it's definitely not the
It
best.
has like a lot of weird stuff, like
Yeah.
when she's running and she's like, "Oh, you have to run slower for us to be able to," because it's a short corridor, and she just throws her legs to the sides like this. You know, like it looks so weird.
Yeah.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So if you haven't seen that movie with those, like with that knowledge,
Now you know.
now you know, and you will never see her run through those corridors in that spaceship the same again, ever.
Fantastic.
They were like, you got to run really fast, but get nowhere really fast. And so then she does that weird sort of running in place,
Yeah.
but with the legs kicking to the sides instead of back.
Oh, that's horrible.
So bad. And I saw it in Doctor Strange as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When, what's the love interest? Christine.
Yeah.
When she
Rachel.
runs, when she runs, she does this thing, but
Oh, yeah.
she's not running very fast.
Just moving her
Yeah,
hands.
but when-
she's doing the Jim Carrey in
dude,
with-
exactly.
Dumb Dumber.
But yeah. But when she and America Chavez run, when they run away from Wanda, you know, when
Oh,
Wanda
yeah.
wakes up from killing Xavier,
Yeah.
then they cut to them.
Yeah.
That's when she comes into the room like waving her hands like a psycho, but she's not actually running that fast. And you know, and you're like, why? And this is like a director's thing, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh, you got to run, like make it look like you're running, but you can't run like forwards.
Yeah.
And those things are always weird, you know.
Yeah, that's never going to look good.
No, you should just have them run, you know, like have them back up and run.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Bigger set.
Yeah, fuck. But I guess they can't just like remake the set once it's done.
But just make a corridor green.
But it's,
you know,
yeah,
I could
fuck. It looks so weird. But that's the thing. The corridor probably is a green thing, and there's not room enough to run, so you have to
Oh,
run
yeah.
still, and then it looks stupid. And
Yeah.
don't run, walk.
There you go. We are your friends.
Exactly.
But yeah, so yeah, Captain Marvel, meh. Moving on.
This episode, man.
This episode, meh.
Is there a mad button?
Yeah, there's a mad button. The green one.
The green one. Oh,
Hey!
I turned it off really fast accidentally.
But what was before? What was before that? There was something good before Marvel, I think. Was that Thor or Guardians 2?
No.
Yeah. No, Thor Ragnarok was before that because Thor Ragnarok leads into Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
Because Infinity War starts off
but
where
when
Ragnarok
did
stops.
the two come then? The Star-Lord Guardians.
Oh, good question. I think the first one was like 20 years, 15, 14, 16.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like that should have come maybe...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Who cares?
Who cares? Exactly.
They were awesome. Both Guardians, great. Ragnarok,
I haven't
great.
seen the whole second Guardians because I fell asleep and then life happened and then I don't know. So I still haven't seen the... No, I think I woke up at the end credit scene.
Oh, okay. it does have like some pretty heartfelt moments. It's not the best, but it's still like a lot better than Captain Marvel for me.
Everything is basically better than that movie.
But again, like Thor Ragnarok, one of the best ones for sure, and it's just a fun ride.
It's a fun movie even without knowing anything, basically.
Yeah. And it also carries on the Hulk story, which is really, it was unexpected.
And I think it ties in perfect with with Infinity War.
Yeah,
like that whole
it really,
opening.
really does. It really does. They do it.
It's one of my
seamlessly.
favorite sort of, because I like how it kind of picks up instead of doing like the Doctor Strange thing where Doctor Strange ends and then you never pick up on that.
Yeah. Here it's like, oh yeah, we forgot that they had a Hulk.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
Loki is like,
yeah,
we have a Hulk.
We have a Hulk.
And then he just gets his ass beat. That's also such a perfect way to introduce Thanos because you know how badass the Hulk is and he just gets bitch slapped.
And then he refuses to come out forever.
Because that's how
so they can't
bad
use
it was.
And that's something
so
to kind of compare to the newer movies. They take away the simple solution where the Hulk just smashes everyone. You know, they could have just let the Hulk go out in Wakanda and kill everything.
Of course, because
but they instead they took away the Hulk. You know what I mean?
Like
it's such a great way.
Then?
Yeah,
and then he's just this fumbly scientist in the Hulkbuster.
Yeah, and that was the coward way of doing the madness, Doctor Strange thing, where Wanda stops herself. You know what I mean? Like America Chavez shows her the thing that you expect her to be shown. Yeah. Because that's something I think I said like mid-movie or something. Like, oh, she's going to see herself. Or like the kids are going to see her be her true self.
Exactly.
And then it happened. Yeah. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to stop it.
Yeah.
You know, and then...
It's like, I'm just going to kill myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the whole zombie thing goes lost.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. Like the whole zombie demon cloak thing. I liked it. It was cool. And then CGI fest, but of course, one of my favorite CGI moments.
So is she dead, or are we gonna see the other?
No, Robert, we are
multiverse?
Dead.
Oh yeah,
we are dead.
Yeah, we are dead. But and then, so I mean, where do we go from Guardians?
So Guardians.
So we got Guardians 2. Then we had something in between there. Probably like Thor, Dark World, or something.
No. We have the thing, Winter Soldier. Those things.
Those were great.
All those. Civil War.
All the
Civil War.
Yes, Civil War.
It's really good.
I think that even tops Infinity War for me.
I don't remember, but it's one of my favorites because of introduction of Spider-Man.
Yes.
The dialogue.
Yes.
You have a metal arm that like it is in my head. And same thing with the Shield fighting Captain America, Ant-Man going super big, Star Wars,
Queens.
all the dude, it's all great.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's such the best fan.
That's where they introduced Black Panther as well, right?
Yes.
Don't remember at all how he gets introduced. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember.
His dad blows up.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Like, boom, that's how he gets introduced.
Exactly. And that's where the Falcon and Winter Soldier ties in sort of.
Oh yeah, and Black Panther we kind of just glossed over.
Yeah, we did.
Black Panther,
Damn
but
it.
no, I didn't really. I wasn't.
It's
introduced.
okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It has its moments, but again, it's one of those movies that just didn't really get all the way for me.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi we skipped over as well, but
Definitely
again,
forgettable.
didn't really do anything for the whole. Like they introduced characters, I really enjoyed it.
Wong
But
is the only one that's
Wong-
in there.
Yeah,
Like,
and
to
we get
tie it in.
yeah, exactly. But even that end credit scene, pointless.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah, where were they now? In the new...
was Black Widow there?
No.
Who's the girl that's there at the end with Wong?
Is there a girl with Wong?
Yeah, Wong comes into the bar and picks him up, or at the restaurant.
This sounds
They
like
go
a really
in-
funny joke.
Wong walks into a bar.
But
No, but Wong walks into the bar or restaurant, picks up
portals in.
portals in, yeah, with the thing, sling ring, and with his slinky. That's what I.
And I
with
just
his
hear cock ring.
No, Robert.
Yeah.
No. And then he picks up Shang-Chi and
The
oh shit, what's her name now? I haven't seen her.
Aquafina. Yeah.
Yeah, Aquafina's character, and they go into the portal, and then they look at the rings, and it's like, oh, these markings are before la 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 la. They're looking at them scientifically, and
But
who's there? Who's there with them? There's someone.
I don't know.
Yeah. So someone, Wong is not a scientist.
No.
So it's Wong and someone else who, yeah.
Even my
exactly.
stomach is trying to find
Like,
out. Dude, I really don't remember.
yeah, I don't remember because it's Wong and someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
someone else
Was also, I guess, just
a mystery.
forgotten. Yeah, who cares? They're not tying it together.
Yeah,
anyway.
but it didn't lead anywhere either.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of that.
I love like how jumbled this is, but it's kind of funny to see how we
Recollect?
which ones actually did get made an
Stuck in a-
impact and which ones just disappeared.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, because
But
I
I
did enjoy Shang-Chi. I thought it was
No,
like,
I thought
a
it was
fun
great.
ride.
I think it's great up till the end. Like
Yeah.
80% of it is great, and
Yeah.
then there's the end.
Exactly.
You know?
But yeah, and then forgotten.
Yeah. And I think the reason why I remember some of them is because they tie into each other
Yeah.
so that there's a continuation. It's the thing where you facilitate the idea, you put it into the next one, and you're like, oh, yeah, because that happened. And then, but all these other movies, they just like, they're open ended, but nothing has like brought them forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like even Doctor Strange, like the end credit scene, it's nothing. Like Mordo just gets this huge thing.
And that's the second one. The first one is Thor coming in.
Oh yeah,
drinking
and that
beer.
one kind of
And it
that ties
into
into
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah,
Also
and
great.
that's great.
Yeah.
But the second one is just nonsense because they never pick it up.
No.
Like that, I feel like the end credits need to be the next movie.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, like, we have Mordo.
Or the second.
Or the
like,
second.
Maybe
like,
not the next, but
no,
like,
but something close. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Not like when did Doctor Strange come out? The first one, like
Yeah,
6
exactly.
years ago.
yeah, probably more.
And like you have an open end there that never got followed up on.
Exactly.
And when we do meet Mordo again,
You're like,
it's in a different universe, so it doesn't
Yeah.
apply.
no.
Eh.
But then, like, maybe he is a bad guy anyways. you
Oh,
know,
by the
and
way, didn't
stuff
they
and stuff.
even in Doctor Strange there in the new one? There was a character that totally got forgotten. Shit, who do they meet in the beginning?
You forgot.
You forgot. I forgot the character that they never mention ever again. Shit. I'm trying to think of all the characters of this. It was your nerd guy that said it. It was like they talk with this, or like this comes up, and then they never just. So the beginning, they fight that one-eyed motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's Wong and
Doctor
Chavez.
Strange and
Yeah.
Chavez.
And Chavez.
Mm-hmm.
They fight. They do the whole thing.
Yeah.
What happens after that?
They sit down for a coffee and get.
Yeah, and get the exposition.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they take her to Taj.
Kamar-Taj.
Kamar-Taj. And fuck, there's something that happens that he mentions. There's a character that gets sort of talked about, and then they just forget him. And maybe it is Mordo. I don't know. that because he's just in that thing, you know, like when they're fighting Mordo,
Yeah.
he just falls into the crevice,
Oh yeah.
and then he kind of like it's impossible for him to kind of get out of the hole.
Yeah.
And he has both hands free, and he's a super badass.
Yeah.
So he can't climb up the way that Doctor Strange parkoured his way out of there. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is.
So weird. But dude, the fight that they have there, except the foot on the wall thing, like where he kicks, like the spinning around and stuff, they do that really well now.
Yeah. Yeah, they've
Like, it
started
feels-
really
yeah.
getting into well, they have a really good team now.
They
I guess.
do have a great stunt
And
team.
I'm
Like,
sure
dude,
they-
when Wong is like the best in
Yeah.
this one, in the
Yeah.
beginning when he fights with the rope thing,
Yeah.
damn.
But he really
My
like,
son was like, that is the coolest.
and it's cool because he is the Sorcerer Supreme, so it's
Yes.
cool to see like that he's actually living up to that
dude.
title.
That was the best. Like
Yeah.
it was, and like your dude said as well, was the like all the magic they could have used to stop everything so fast.
Yeah.
Like the razor blade, that dog head that jumped out of the fucking hole and kind of ate the bus or whatever the fuck it was. You know, like all
Exactly.
the stuff that happened that they never used again.
Yeah. Like,
And they
is
were
it
like,
just a
okay,
one-up?
I'm just going to use the scrolly, the round circular shield things
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all they use, and didn't use any of the magic powers to actually stop anything.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There's so many like holes in the story. Like, of course,
Yeah.
I understand that they need to make a movie and it needs to
No,
be
of course,
entertaining.
and that's fine. Like I'm okay with it. But now that it's been pointed out, it's kind of like, yeah.
It'd be nice to have an explanation to why they can only do limited stuff.
Because that makes sense. Like, oh, you can only use that spell for a while. If
Yeah.
you misuse it,
It's
you
like,
really-
he's hurt, so he's
Yeah.
like he can't focus enough. So every time he does
But
something,
also, like,
it just
that-
goes back to basic training.
but
more
I'm
or
thinking
less.
that dog that jumps out, if you use it too much, it manifests.
Drains. Yeah.
Yeah, like it drains the user, or it can manifest into the real world or something.
Yeah.
And I really liked the Hydra thing that he threw at her. Mm-hmm. Though every time she cut it, it grew heads.
Yeah.
That was fun. I didn't even pay attention to that in the first time I watched
did.
it.
I thought
and
it
it
was
was
great.
even cooler in the second showing where I actually like, oh shit, look, heads.
Yeah.
Heads. I really like paid attention there. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. And I mean, what else is there to say? We've gone through everything. I think Winter Soldier also, that's sort
It's
of
a
where
really good.
that's when they kicked it up into the next gear.
Yeah.
Really. Because the Winter Soldier became like a really serious spy thriller action type movie.
So good.
It is.
Like
It's a
story-wise, it's
perfect action movie.
interesting. It's nice with the whole brainwashing
Also,
thing.
the Russos for the first time, which actually from there tied it all together and finished it off for us. So,
But I think both those movies, like Winter Soldier and
Civil War,
and the one before Winter Soldier is also good. The first redeeming Captain America movie. The one, what is that one called?
The Winter Soldier. That is
But
the
there's
first
one-
redeeming Captain
Is it?
America
I thought
movie.
I liked.
Yeah.
Is the Winter Soldier where the Captain America fights a guy on a boat?
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. There is no good movie before that. No,
Did he have a parachute?
I don't
Nope.
remember. Oh, yeah.
The beginning of the
yeah,
movie. He just jumps off an airplane into the ocean. It's just perfect. It's like, well, it's Captain America, of course. He doesn't need a parachute. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But before that, I think it was Age of Ultron and all of those. Like, so we kind of met at both ends here. I mean, to sort of just to try and wrap it up, but we've been babbling for over an hour about this fucking thing.
Yeah, Thomas, this episode is for you. You better fucking listen.
Yeah, you better fucking listen.
Hey, because nobody else cares.
Exactly.
For the rest of the people, that's all.
Yeah, that's what you get.
It just sounds like someone like trying to pull down a window in an old car, you know, and it's just like squeak, squeak.
Don't leave.
Yeah.
Wait, I got something to say. Yeah.
Put some shrimp on the barbie. It's an Austrian joke.
Yeah, exactly. Barbie.
It's a Barbie.
It's a Barbie joke. So stupid. No. I do love it, but I also feel like they've milked the cow way too much. What gave me a little bit of hope was Moon Knight, and they're just sort of bringing in new characters that doesn't tie into anything else and just making cool new stories. And the fact that they're utilizing the series format for like a show rather than just a movie also. Because obviously that's where we're headed towards the future of movie making. It's just such a popular...
But I do have an idea of how they could make this better. Like the whole MCU thing, to not lose fucking track like they're doing, is to contain them. Yeah. Have smaller story arcs. Don't start with like 24 movies, you know. And now with the shows to help, they could tell these smaller arcs, you know, where they... Like, for example, Civil War could have been an arc, you know what I mean? And and then it stops there, and then you take sort of like the summary, the sum total of that, and then you make the next arc, you know, which is the Infinity arc. And then you take that, and you go to the, you know, the new
introduction. Kind of feels like what they did, but they didn't do it as
Yeah, but it felt like a big movie, like, you know, from like... a lot of stuff, and
there is
a lot of stuff, and I guess they didn't know how popular this was going to be, so of course,
and they did manage to pull it off anyways.
But I feel like the shows are giving us the
in-betweens,
but also the humanity of the characters, like Hawkeye's fucking struggles with he just doesn't jump back in and is the best, coolest Arrow guy.
How fucked he's become from all of those explosions and jumping through windows and like.
And also instead of giving us the Ronin thing, they're giving us both the aftermath of that, and also then getting his.
They're giving us the Clint Barton, and the human
stuff
behind,
exactly, and both behind killing his best friend and killing a lot of people for losing his family, and then getting them back.
Yeah.
So he kind of gave up on humanity, his humanity.
He has to deal with that now.
And now he has to, and then like he gets everything back except Black Widow.
Yeah.
And he has to kind of, you know, get back into being his old self, you know, like, and it's such a great arc, I think.
It is. And it was a perfect show for the Christmas holidays.
It was. It was never boring. You just wanted the next episode.
Yeah.
And then that one suffers from the same thing as all the others. You know, there's some weird fucking...
Yeah.
But it kind of works.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
it's like the whole Kingpin thing and all that. Like, they just bitch slapped the Kingpin. He was like, I'm knocked out.
Yeah.
And same thing with the fucking the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
How they killed whatever her super face is.
Wanda?
No. They kill Miss...
Oh, yeah, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, thank you.
Yeah.
How she dies from a fucking...
Statue.
Like, that was so weird. Like, the first time we looked at it, I was going to bring it up with you afterwards. I forgot, but she's just like... So the statue killed her. Because she flew through a fucking wall just seconds ago. Not a problem.
Now,
but she dies from a little statue. Like, for her, that's a little statue.
It is.
Like, she got punched by fucking... Or, you know, like her equivalent in a parallel universe somewhere... far away. She got fucking... She fought Thanos. She flew through ships.
Exactly. Remember when Thanos like kicked the fuck out of the Hulk and then tried to headbutt her and she didn't even move a millimeter. It was just like donk, and she just stood there. Like, his headbutting is that statue.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
That's bad writing, and that's just like...
It's so weird, yeah.
Or maybe in that universe, she can only fly.
Maybe she's really good.
Yeah.
Has flyer miles or whatever they call it.
She's really good at dying.
Her superpower is dying really, really fast.
She's got that one trick, that one time. Let me show you my superpower.
I like dying. And then Reed Richards, you know, the smartest man alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made into like a party trick.
Yeah, a spaghetti-o. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. What was that soundbite?
So sad.
So sad.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're going to get more of this. It's never going to stop because this is everything that everybody wants to see these days. And that's what we're pumping money into. So we're just going to keep getting these movies. That's how industry works. Money makes more
I'm
stuff.
really excited to see other stuff now after seeing the Nicolas Cage movie that I talked about a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's been fun to watch something else. And then I guess with the sort of like the season of Barry coming, or that just came a while back as well, like all those things coming out, like it's fun to see something else that isn't about people's superpowers. Like,
Yes.
although we're probably getting The Boys.
Yeah, I know.
Anytime soon.
July, I
soonish,
think.
yeah.
I think, yeah.
So there's still a lot of superhero stuff coming.
It's always going to be entertaining, you know.
It is.
But it also gets played out pretty quickly
that Ethan
nowadays.
Hawke clip that I sent you, though,
Yeah,
that's how you should
exactly.
like, watch movies. It's
Enjoy it for what it is.
For what it is, yeah.
Stop thinking about all the bullshit behind everything.
Yeah, we inspired Ethan Hawke to kind of, think like we do. It's
Exactly.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that, it's an IGN clip of Ethan Hawke talking about movies
And
as
it's
an
just
art form.
Hawke.
And yeah.
Ethan Hawke.
Isn't Hawke?
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. Okay, yeah, that's true.
But,
Yeah.
the E is silent, probably.
Yeah.
But,
The
you know,
clay
just to make it clear.
Ethan Hawke. Yeah, that's true.
We're not having an aneurysm here. It's
Yeah,
just,
I have an idea.
an onionism.
I'm having an aneurysm. Mom!
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
ranting for like 1.5 hours. This was supposed to be 1.5 hour or 1 hour.
Yeah, we made it
40
1.5.
Yeah,
Yeah. Aneurysms and stuff.
Aneurysms and stuff. And with that, we've been great. I know we have.
Yeah, we have. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, love
Thank you so
all.
much for listening.
Thank you so much.
This has been an unplanned Sketchbook Heroes summer special.
Summer special.
Summer special. Ah, that was wrong,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
no. Okay, we failed.
Yeah, we did. But thank you guys.
Yeah,
Hope
go
you're
out in the
having a
sun.
great summer and stay impressed by the show. I was gonna not say.
Nazi.
Yeah, no,
Nazi.
no. Nazi.
Nazi.
Hey.
Don't be a Nazi. Go out and play.
And it rhymed.
And we're out.
Yeah, we're out.